Hello student, this is chapter 5 and fifth video of the chapter, and I think you know the name of the chapter is health and hygiene. So I hope you all are doing well at your home and staying indoors because it's the corona time, so it's better to stay indoors. And if it is emergency, so maintain social distancing. So let us continue the same topic, first aid. As there are different cases, there are different reasons for which first aid support is needed. So different cases are there. We have discussed in the previous video lesson about first aid at the time of fracture or burns, or about that injury, that minor or major cuts. Okay, but there are different cases still left, and these are: the first one is first aid for object in the eye. So what should we do if the object gets into the eye? So first of all, avoid rubbing eye. You should first wash your hands, okay, and do not rub your eyes, because maybe that the object is very sharp like glass pieces, so it can damage the eye. So do not wash it, do not rub it, okay. Instead you can wash it. And if it is do not try to remove the object that is on the pupil. If it is there on the pupil, so do not try to remove it. You can go to doctor for this, okay. If that the person has used contact lens, so carefully take them out. Sometimes the object gets stuck in them and cause more irritation in the eyes. Besides that, what you should do, then you can take a, a moistened cotton swab, a tip of twisted piece of tissue, and touch the end of the speck as it is given here. Okay, the object should cling to the swab. It means that get stick to the swab or tissue, and then some minor irritation is common after you have removed the object. Okay, so as I told you that gently wash the eye with cold water. You can use eyedropper also, that the water, so that by drop, if you give water to your eye, so that the object get easily flow out from the eye. Okay, and if it is not so, then call for emergency medical help immediately. Then another case, first aid for unconsciousness. So unconsciousness is a condition in which the person loses its consciousness. Okay, it means loses the or do not respond to any touch or sound or any external stimulation. So when you see that the person is losing its consciousness, or fall down, so you can prevent the person to fall down. Okay, uh, yes. So, what to do? If you see a person is fainting, try to prevent him, her, from falling. Another thing, that check the person's breathing. If the person is breathing, then lay the person on the ground and keep his or her leg, at least 12 inches above the ground level. Why it is so? Because it helps to give, or it helps in supplying its blood flow towards the brain. Okay, it's because its blood flow is not going to brain, as the person was standing or sitting, so it's not going to brain, and that's why the person faint. Okay, but if you are elevating his legs, okay, above 12 inches, so that the blood can flow to the brain, and maybe the person after sometimes get normal. Okay, another thing is that if there is any tight clothing, loosen it and do not crowd near the unconscious person. The person becomes more unconscious, or that more the person do not feel relaxed when he or she is surrounded by so many people. Okay, he or she can be panic. Okay, and another thing, it also that interrupt the air passage, or that just take the person to the well ventilated room or to the sick room. Open the windows of that room, and then do this all these four steps. First one is that lay the victim on the back and place right hand next to the head. Okay, right hand next to the head, near the head, as like it is given in the fourth one. And then in the second, place the left hand onto the right cheek. Okay, left hand. Here you can see left hand to the right cheek and right hand to near the head. Okay. Then third thing, that turn the person towards you and keep his leg towards the knee level, or make a 90-degree angle. Okay. And then this is the condition. Okay. This is called a recovery condition or recovery position. So this help in keeping its airway clear. Okay. As this hand supports the head and knee stops body from rolling onto the stomach. So this actually help to keep airway clear and prevent choking of airways. Okay. And this is called recovery position. Okay. Then next case is first aid for swallowing poison. What to do if the person swallow poison? It means to engulf poison. So what to do? Generally, this has happened to kids. As the kids don't know that what to taste or what not to. They generally are habitual of that touching the things and taking in their mouth. So they don't know with that which is harmful or which is useful. So if you see that the kid has taken something which is wrong, okay, then take it out with the help of your finger from his into his mouth, and take this poisonous substance from its mouth or harmful substance from its mouth. But before that, you have to wear latex gloves, or if it is not available, then you can wrap your finger with the clean cloth, okay, and try to remove the substance from its mouth, okay. And another thing is that if the poison, uh, first of all, that you keep the person in a comfortable position. If the person vomits, turn him her sideways to prevent choking. Okay, quickly try to determine what was swallowed and call poison control center. Okay, follow the instruction as it is given, and maybe that instruction in the instruction it is instructed, or that it is suggested that you have to take some substance and which helps to dilute the poison, the effect of poison, which which helps it to which helps in reducing the effect of poison. Or you may be directed to induce vomiting. So whatever they suggest or instructed, we have to follow the same procedure. And if the poison spills on the skin, then remove any affected cloth, and also that wash the affected part, and at least 15 to 20 minutes for by lukewarm water. And another thing, if the poison gets into the eyes, then rinse eyes with cold water. And if the poison is inhaled it means that the poison that maybe that there is a poisonous gas, and that it is the person has inhaled that gas. It is generally happen in the lab, okay, or that in industry where the workers work, and if there is a leakage of any particular polymer or any gas, then it is fatal or it is harmful for all the people. So if it is so, then what to do? They take the person to the ground or to the fresh air, and never overcrowd the area. Okay, remove the patient from infected area, and if it is available, then give patient a supplement of oxygen. Right now, a month ago, there was a tragedy has happened, and it is because of the release of poisonous gas. Okay, so what is that tragedy, and in which place? You can tell me about that state or that city. Okay, so I will ask this in the test or in the Google form about this. Okay, so be ready with it, you can search it. Okay, another example which was happened about 30 to 40 years back, like in 1986 I think, or 85, I don't know exactly. So that is the Bhopal gas tragedy, and it is because of the release of poisonous gas methyl isocyanide. Okay, so and that time so many people died, and even till yet those who are alive, they are still suffering from that gases. They are still having side effects of this inhalation of this gas. Okay, so but I am asking about just a month ago, 1 2 month ago, there was a gas tragedy which was occurred. Okay, so reply me. Okay, search for it. Then first aid for snake bite. So if you are bite by a snake, you or that anybody else, then what you should do at that time if you are present there. So remain calm and slowly move away from the snake. If the snake is there, so you should first remain calm and try to move away from the snake carefully. Okay, so that the snake will not follow again to you. And another thing, that remove any jewelry and tight clothes. If you wear it, or if that person has wear it, so remove its clothing, like tight clothing, and like watches, or like any band he or she has wear. So remove it. Then reposition yourself so that the bite is at or below heart level. Make the person, that the place wherever that the body part wherever the snake has bitten. Okay, so what you should do, that make this part below the heart level, so that the blood will not, from that part, it will not reach to the heart. Okay, it will take some time to go to the heart. And beside that, clean the wound but not yes, clean the wound but not with water, and cover it with a clean dry cloth, or a sterile bandage. Okay, but you should wrap the bandage loosely, and try to remember the snake color or shape. Okay, so that the healer may get to know that which type of snake it is. Okay, which species of snake it is. Then another thing, what should not do, do not use tourniquet. Okay, tourniquet is what? It is a tight band-aid, okay, which has a plug in it, so which helps it to more tighten. So do not use tourniquet, or do not apply ice pack. And beside that, click the wound, cut the wound, or try to suck out the venom. As we have seen in some old movies, that the people, that another person suck out this venom. So do not try to do this, because it is harmful for that person also. Okay, and drink any caffeine or alcohol. This is also wrong process. And try to capture the snake. This is again wrong, because that time the person is in emergency. So instead of finding a snake, you just have to be you just have to take that person to the doctor nearby medical. Then first aid for stings. Stings, it is about insect sting. Insects has generally stings. So what we should do, that if the sting is visible, then try to remove it with the help of credit cards or your fingers, but do not squeeze it. Okay, don't squeeze it. You can use tweezer also. Generally, that insect sting is mild, okay, which is mild, give mild allergies, but sometimes it is severe also. So in that condition, just scrap it. Okay, do not squeeze it, and wash the area with antiseptic soap and water. Wet dry and apply some antiseptic ointment. Okay, and also you can apply ice cubes. Okay, put some ice cubes in a thin washcloth and tie it. Okay, and do it for 10 to 15 minutes, and the person is still not feel relaxed, then you can do it again. Okay, another thing, if it is bee sting, see that what has happened to this hand. Okay, this is normal hand, and this is like swollen hand, or we can say that sometimes that the effect of this sting, that is allergic, or sometimes it gives inflammation to particular body part. Okay, so what should do, we should, if it is about bee sting, so ice, honey, garlic, baking soda, toothpaste are the things which can be applied, and which helps to reduce the effect of sting. Okay, why it is so? Because a bee sting is acidic in nature. And if you have read in chemistry, maybe I don't know, it is there in your syllabus. So acid always reacts with base, and it when it reacts with base, it gets neutralized. It means the effect of acid can be neutralized by base. So here, uh, as the bee sting is acidic, so it can be uh, react with sodium bicarbonate, or we can say baking soda. Okay, so bicarbonate or baking soda can be applied, which is there at your home. Baking soda, you can ask your mama then she suggests you that where it is, and then you can apply this. Okay. And wasp sting, so it is actually alkaline, it means it is basic in nature, so it can be that the effect can be reduced by using vinegar. Vinegar is actually acetic acid, which is also present in kitchen, which is also there in kitchen. So it all it helps in neutralizing the effect of wasp sting. Okay. So these are the different conditions, these are the different cases in which first aid support is needed. Okay. So students, chapter 5 is over. Stay healthy and happy. Have a great day. Keep studying. Yes. Okay. So